What's up, y'all? It's your boy P Light, aka the Brick Slinger, and guess what? Your boy got something to say. Well, I heard and I've seen it. There is a video of a particular men's conference right now, and it has Mark Driscoll as one of the speakers. But what also was there was probably some monster trucks, some skateboarding, maybe some boxing, and there was this one guy who is known for his performance of swallowing a sword and working the pole. Not like female strippers or maybe male strippers, I don't know. But he's out there, without the shirt, and he's working his upper body strength with the pole. Let's just say it's not what you think. But Mark got on his time and let it be known, like, yo, the Jezebel spirit is within the building, because there was a guy with no shirt on, was on a pole that strippers use to seduce men. He also swallowed a sword. And then the head guy, who's also a pastor, as far as I'm concerned, he's known as Pastor John. He was yelling like, "That's uncalled for, you're done." And Mark left. And there was a lot of boos and reaction towards him leaving the stage. And then Pastor John got on that mug and said, "If you got a problem with it, you should address it to me first." It's like the Bible says, if your brother sinned against you, you pull him to the side privately and show him his faults. And that video is going viral and is getting a lot of folks' attention. But what also is being recorded but never been brought to the attention is these two individuals reconciling in front of the men. But here's my thing. I don't want to be that guy that says it's 2024, we should not be doing stuff like that. But it's 2024. We should not be doing stuff like this. Like, if I want to see some monster trucks, if I want to see Bigfoot and Gravedigger crashing cars and stuff smashing cars and stuff like that, I will pay the ticket to see that. If I want to see couple of guys try to knock each other out in boxing, I will pay to do that. See that. If I want to see some guys do some skateboarding and flying off the ramp and stuff like that, I will buy a ticket to see Tony Hawk. If I want to see some strange stuff like a dude swallowing a sword and stuff like that, I will pay to see that. But when I put my money up to pay for a men's conference where as men of God come together and learn new ways to continue the development of being a man of God, I'm not interested in anything other than that. So it was right for Mark Driscoll to bring that up. He should have been left alone to continue this thing, and then probably wait until the end to be told, if you had a problem with this should have been done privately. Like, as Christians, why do we still need the things that entertain us to edify us? Why do we still need, why churches are still using worldly things that dismantle the body to strengthen the body? Why do we need these things? Why do we continue to play secular music in the church in order for folks to get saved? Why do we need strippers? Why do we need boxing and why do we need all this other stuff to entertain us? When that's what it does. It's entertain. It don't edify. We continuing to have all these distractions in our life. And the Bible makes it clear that there's more to come. If we're living in the last days, if we're living in a time where there's wickedness overall and is raising up more generational wickedness, and speaking of that, continue to pray for the Bishop Mari Emmanuel from Sydney, who's been attacked by a Muslim terrorist. And that's what is being stated. It wasn't no dude, just some regular Muslim. He's a terrorist trying to stab someone for preaching the word. It don't matter what y'all feel about his orthodox Christianity, whatever the case may be. This man was being attacked. Point blank, period. But back to our regular program. The fact that we're continuing to use entertainment as bait to edify the body. There's a time to evangelize and there's a time to edify. And when you're in a men's conference, you're there to be edified. You may use it as an opportunity to evangelize, but you're mainly there to be edified. As men, whether we want to admit it or not, whether we want it to be acknowledged or not, we still having a hard time being men. And if you're a man of God, that's 10 times more stressful. Like, it's so difficult when you go to these men's conferences. And I just been to one like pretty much 2 months ago. It was the most dopest experience I ever experienced because it's none but men, maybe a couple of women here and there helping the men, you know what I'm saying, whether they, guiding them to the room or helping them to see where they need to go, whatever the case may be. But it was all men. All men. We over there praising God, worshiping together, getting that word. You know what I'm saying? Learning a lot more than we can, and so that we can take it to the main church, take it to our home church, and go from there, and then take it to our crib and take it from there. But if only thing that is what known about that conference was the man on the pole, then that seemed like a failed mission. That seemed like a failed mission. And for Mark to go out and he's not even trying, it didn't even look like a successful rebuke. It was just an acknowledgement that this is what's going on in a men's conference. This is what's going on in a men's conference. Who knows where Mark was going? And how you feel about Driscoll, that's on you. But the fact of the matter is this. He just acknowledged that this was going on and didn't even get the opportunity to do what he was invited to do. And then the Pastor John, went out there and tried to rebuke Mark for just acknowledging it. If you got a problem, should have brought it to me in private. Yes, that's the word. But let's also keep this in mind in the word, that you do not see light and darkness having something in common. You don't see Christ and Satan have something in common. That's why you don't need to be equally yoked. And it's not just being on a marital tip, it's within fellowship. That's within the kingdom. Why give me something that is of the world in order to try to bring the word in? That's crazy. You might as well build an ark for both God and Satan, if that's the case. If that's the case. And this ain't even trying to say that this guy's being hypocritical or being lukewarm. It's just stating the fact that we do not need these extra stuff. That's why the word tells us to don't add and don't take away. Because if you add more to it, you're messing it up. When you take something away from it, you're messing it up. Either way, if it's already good, it don't need to be out of order. If it's already in order, it should not be out of order. I'm sorry. It should not be out of order. And if God is a God of order, then it's messed up if we take stuff, try to add more to it, and mess up what's already good. Or take some out of it and mess up what's already good. We as men, we don't need these extra stuff, because I guarantee you, if that type of stuff don't happen in the women's conference. I'm sorry. You ain't gonna find no type of extra entertainment to go along with these women's conference, no matter how huge it is. I'm sorry. But I won't be surprised if that does happen. Because I guarantee you'll be making more noise to see women having a strip upper in the church, in a women's conference, when they trying to be edified, but yet this moment where a stripper is in the women's conference gets more attention than the women who are trying to edify other women. Come on now. The last thing we need to do as the kingdom, is trying to bring the world stuff that hurts the kingdom to edify the kingdom, and it ain't being used to be like, that's what we don't need. That's what we don't need. If we continue to do stuff like this, then we're going to miss the word, and we're going to miss being edified. But that's just me. If you like what you heard, there's a like button. If you dislike what you heard, there's a dislike button. Comment, give me your 2 cents. And hey, you can disagree if you want, but as long as you're not disrespectful, you're all right with me. Subscribe, share this video. Let's continue this conversation. Who knows? This may end up being live. And make sure you get that Man Under Construction. It's on iTunes, Amazon, YouTube, Spotify, Tidal, you name it, it's there. Till then, it's your boy P. Light, aka the Brick Slinger. And as always, continue to sharpen one another. Support the kingdom. Take care and God bless. Laborers.